the beautiful game on the biggest stage. And you know we have to give you the biggest round table possible. So not only do you get me, not only do you get D, but you also get Fuck Cloud CEO himself, Gil Godoy. What's up, brother?
How are you?
And the one and only Ben Bean from Inner Who.
How's it going?
All right, guys, are we ready to roll?
Let's go.
Let's go.
I think
so
the
let's
question everybody has, though, Gil, is that beard real?
This beard? Oh yeah, this is all real. This is all real.
There you go. How long you been growing that?
This September, 6 years. It's about 3 feet long.
My man.
Yeah.
You put
Listen,
it out there.
I just said if the Knicks win the championship, I'm shaving this off at the parade. I'm going back to New York.
Oh, that thing's coming off next.
It's coming off. It'll be like right here. So all this will be coming off.
Wow.
So make sure you're following Gil's Fuck Cloud socials. Make sure you're following along, posting,
amazing.
engaging.
Yeah, I actually started a TikTok, a Fuck Clout hot takes, and that's why I've been posting the videos about me just every day, where the brand social media is just about the product, right? And I've been getting good responses on just the beard thing, so I'm like, okay, now game on, you know.
100%.
So that's like a shampoo and condition every day.
Yeah, this is wrinkly right now. I took a shower not too long ago, so it's when it's strained, it's even longer. It's like John Stamos of beards. Wait, what comic book is back there? Batman what?
Oh, I think it's sick. What was it? 583, first appearance of the ventriloquist.
I just put my friend from high school on to Absolute Batman. I was like, bro, you got to get on that.
Yeah, that's legit.
Just the Absolute collection is just dope.
Absolute
and dope.
Green Arrow is pretty fantastic, man. I like the Green Arrow, but it's damn good.
Yeah, I'm starting to get back because back out here, I'm in Fredericksburg now, and they have one of the largest. I think Fredericksburg has the largest comic book store in the state, and then Old Town Fredericksburg and a lot of these old towns have antique shops, and they rent the spaces out, and there's a lot of comic book connoisseurs, and I get some good classics, old DC, old Marvel for like $2-3.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
first
great.
generation.
That's a bargain bin.
Yeah,
I like that.
They take care of their stuff out
You
here.
gotta
So
take pictures of that and put that on your socials.
oh yeah, I mean, if I step out later, I'll send you some photos of some of the comic books.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, Z and myself, one of our mentors, Hadi, I just found out he actually this Friday's opened up a comic book store in Colorado. It's called, and it's a trading card, like the Pokemon trading cards, the whole nine, sports memorabilia and everything. It's called Goats and Sons, and just because World Cup, World Connect, and he just told me, he's like, I left the corporate world, starting my own like card shop. I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is huge. Like, opening up your own business is 100%. And that's 15570 West 64th Ave, Unit B, Arvada, Colorado.
Yeah.
So go, Hottie, tell them Gil and I sent you. Bring up Ann Taylor Loft. It'll either kick you out or give you
Yeah, I mean, I do got to catch a trip with him to Egypt with his family, so we're trying to figure that out in the next year or so.
Wow, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, because he's Egyptian, so he just brought his kids out there for the first time last summer. So
sick.
yeah, so he's asking me to go over there. I said probably September. I'll look out to go to Colorado and check it out, do content, see how that little shop is and all that. I've never been out that way.
Colorado.
Arvada's nice. I've been out there. My brother lives in Louisville, so he doesn't live too far away.
Oh, nice. That's right. You were out there for some time.
I was out there for a year, man. It was
Yeah.
It was different. It was different.
Yeah. I mean, Virginia's different from New York City, man, but I love it. I love the quietness, man.
100%. I think that's the one thing you could say. It's quiet. You get the beautiful mountain view. We'll say.
Food, right?
That's all right. The food's okay. It's not, if you like green chili on stuff. Like if you don't like,
you're
green
not getting
chili
pizza out here the same way. I'll tell you that much. You struggle to get pizza out here.
Colorado?
Oh, man, just pizza out here in general is tough. It's tough.
Why bother?
Dude.
Yeah, I mean barbecue all day long, but when you want a nice bagel or something, it's a tough struggle.
You're like, what did you do here? What is this?
Just transport the water, man. That's all you got to do. Just drink the water over here.
I saw a thing on Instagram. This place in Florida, they get Poland Spring from New York. That's how they make their pizza.
Yup. I told Z that. I'm like, that's we Z and I spoke about this 2016, I believe, when we started going to Richmond a lot, and we said we would just bring water and like just do bagels and pizza, And then the COVID happened. Brick and mortar was a dead idea at that point. But it's funny now you're reading articles that guys are actually doing it. I'm like, oh my God, so smart. It's worth it. It's actually worth it.
There's a handful of places in Florida that transport the water. And
You have to. You have to. Yeah, it does cook differently. It does boil differently. It's just the water's different.
Yeah, Florida's just a shit state in regards anyway.
Yeah,
That's
that's
everybody
like
with family there. It's the armpit of America. Let's be real.
Yeah. So what's going on? What do we got on the plate for today then?
We love Florida. We kid. Do we though? No. So
too many hurricanes, too many alligators.
They don't know how to vote. It's awful down there.
I know. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And either a really good story or a really bad story always starts with a Florida man. You just know something's going down one way or the other. Something's going.
I was just watching a high-speed highway chase just on TikTok.
All right, so let's go group by group.
Oh, group by group? Let's go.
No. Let's go group by group. We'll pick our winners, and then we'll just go from there. So any hot takes, just spin them on out. But let's start Group A. Group A is going to kick off competition.
Yep.
So you got Mexico and South Africa kicking everything off on Thursday, 3 p.m. But you got Mexico, host country. You got South Africa. You got South Korea. And you got Czechia.
Czechia, baby. Let's go. Woo! Woo!
So we got the 15th ranked Mexicans, we got the 60th ranked South Africans, we got the 25th ranked Koreans, and we got the 41st ranked Czechs. So who is your top?
Honestly, I'm going to go wild with this one. I'm going with South Korea and South Africa.
Wow.
I think
South Africa. Really?
I love my Mexicans. I definitely do. I've seen them play in Qatar against Argentina. I saw that game. I was there. But they have no identity. They have no identity. They got no stable coach. They have no disciplines right now. South Africa, just to see an African nation just step up to the plate finally be amazing. But South Korea is a disciplined team. Those Asian teams out there are disciplined. They're mechanically inclined. They just know what they're doing. The only thing that holds them back is toughness, because when you deal with the bigger bodies of Europe or the grittier South Americans, they tend to they're starting, as of the last two World Cups, step up to the plate. But they've upset a few teams as of late, especially last World Cup. But those would be my two coming out of that group. Mexico, I think, is going to collapse early. I don't think they're ready. I just looking at that team, looking at what they've accomplished, which isn't much. I mean, between USA, Canada, and Mexico at this point, I think they're number 3 in that food chain. To me, Canada being first. But I would pick South Africa and South Korea on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards South Korea as well, because they have the best striker of the bunch in Heung-min Son. So Mexico, I don't know, man. It's just like you said, it's very nondescript. They're poaching Americans with dual citizenship. That's it's the guys who don't make the U.S. men's roster. Come play for us. That's all right, man. We're all good.
Well, you can say that about a bunch of these.
That's true. That is true. You can, but I don't know. South Africa, we're still waiting for an African team to make a really big run. Like Morocco, we expect big things from. Maybe South Africa can do something. Czechia, I don't know. Czechia is a hockey country. I don't think of the Czechs as soccer people. Yes, you do have some Slavic nations that excel in soccer, but I just don't think the Czechs are one of them. So I'm going to take.
Yeah.
I'm going with Korea. And I'm gonna take Mexico, even though they don't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
But compared to the other ones in the other ones in the group, I don't know. They have a little bit more cred, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got? Who else got some picks on the table?
Yeah, I'll go next. I think I'm with you, Z. I'm gonna go with Mexico and South Korea. I just think it would be a total letdown if Mexico can't get out of the fucking knockout stage. I got the group stage. Come on. At the very least, they're having games in Mexico. You've got decent.
That would be
players.
devastating.
It'd be devastating if they didn't get out of the group stage.
Plus their goalie, man. This is his last hurrah, and the last thing I want to see that goalie is to go down giving up so many goals where they don't advance. But I don't know, man. That team.
You don't
on
want to go
paper.
down because you lost to South Africa and South Korea, man. I mean,
Yeah.
so I'm being optimistic and hoping that Mexico is one of the teams. And like you, I'm gonna go with South Korea. I do agree with you. They have one of the best strikers. And at South Africa, I mean what's his name? Matt Damon would probably be happy if they made a run, but I don't think there's gonna
Matt
be any
Damon.
Invicta here. So I'm
Matt
going with Mexico
Damon.
and South Korea.
All right. Somebody better be writing this down so we circle back when it's all over.
Well, I'm writing mine down. I'm not writing everybody's
We got this
down.
for posterity, man.
Oh, you
It's
gotta-
all good. All right, what do you got?
I'm agreeing with you, Korea number 1. I agree with Sun. I also think they should have like an overall strong team, like Gil was saying. I think just like standing up to some of the giants like France or Spain is going to be like one of their big challenges. I'm looking at this right now. I think a trend we're going to see is some of these African teams, like you were saying with Morocco and like Senegal, even like Ghana. A few of these teams have some really good guys. I think it's just like you need that quality as a team. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of them have individual quality, but as a team, I don't think it's there. So I'm putting South Africa 2. Then Mexico is interesting. I agree with Gil that Mexico hasn't achieved much, and as a team, they're kind of lost. Though I don't think they're going to get like knocked out or anything. I think they'll go in that third place, that playoff spot, just because I think they could conjure up something, but I don't think it's going to be enough to the number 2.
Yeah. And let's not forget, in regards to the African nations, Ivory Coast did just beat France the other day in a friendly. Granted, it was a friendly, but the starters did play for both sides. And France, they are what they are, but for Ivory Coast to put up those goals, I mean, they're big guys. Some of these African teams are strong men. And these are the guys who didn't make it to the European teams, didn't make those cuts, so they went home. So now Africa has a lot of countries to rumble with, which is a great. I've been saying this since I was a kid. That's a great thing for FIFA and for the fans.
Sure. And then you do have the safety net this year, this World Cup, because of the expansion. You do have that playoff tournament. So there is a little bit of safety net. So if a team underperforms, they still have that outside chance of going in. Now, going from one host nation to another, let's look at Group B. You have Canada, you have Bosnia Herzegovina, you have Qatar, and you have Switzerland. So you have 30th ranked in the world, Canada, 65th Bosnia, 55th Qatar, and 19th Switzerland.
Yeah, I think Switzerland is the easy call here. Bosnia and Canada. I mean, I don't want to say it's a toss-up. I'm going to root for Canada on this one. I think they are the better version of the U.S. team right now. They're built almost identical as far as stature and people. It's just they've been more consistent out of the 3 nations that are hosting. I mean, I said it a year ago. They could have beaten Argentina twice in that tournament. They just couldn't finish or put the ball in the net. They could have actually upset them twice in those 2 games, the Copa America. So it's like when I look at Canada, if they could play like that and just put the ball in the net, they could be upsets. I mean, but then you look at Bosnia. I mean, if you know anything about the past, those guys have been rough to play with. I mean, they're like
the European Italy, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're like the Mexican team of Europe. Like they're the one team you don't want to fight with. But if I had to pick, I'd be Swiss and Canada, and then they would be my third. Bosnia would be my third on that class. I think Qatar was only here by chance because of the expansion. They qualified, and obviously there's money involved, but I don't see them as a threat at all.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Switzerland and Canada this is a relatively easy group to pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only question is going to be Switzerland or Canada on top. And, Switzerland has better quality. Absolutely. I mean, Canada is going to be tough to play with. Jesse Marsh has them ready to go. You have top level talent like Davies, Osorio. You have Jonathan David. You have players that compete on the world level. So Canada is not going to be a pushover whatsoever. I don't know. These are 2, flip a coin, Qatar or Bosnia. But
yeah,
I'll take Qatar just on the fact that they have a higher ranking. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bosnia finished in 3rd.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Like Gil was saying, they have the physical aspect. They also have like the historical thing. But yeah, that 3rd and 4th place is kind of a matchup. And again, like the expansion thing, having like Qatar, there's a few teams in here that like, I don't want to say they don't have the talent because obviously they made it, though without the expansion, I think a few of these teams would not have made it in, and like they wouldn't be in this discussion.
Yeah.
That might be I think it's a good take.
Yeah.
I don't know, D, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of a weak group. I see Switzerland as being the boss, and Canada kind of just tagging along, just based off of the rest of the teams there. I don't think anybody's expecting much from Qatar. I think Bosnia, like Gil was saying, I think they rough you up. I saw them really put a licking on Italy. So they might give somebody some tough games, but I can't see them getting out of this group.
Yeah.
Again, I'm with you. I think they're kind of a third place. They're definitely, better than Qatar. But I can't see them passing Switzerland, and I don't see them passing Canada.
Yep.
Italy's not exactly the barometer of competition.
They aren't, but they are competent. They're competent. They're a competent team. So if you're gonna bully around a competent team and prevent them from, qualifying for the World Cup, I mean, you're talking about 40 years of excellence with Italy. I mean, they've gone to the championship. They've competed against Brazil. They've competed against France. They've competed against top level talent. So for them to get knocked out, that means something.
Yeah.
They also got bounced by North Macedonia. It's like Southwest Central State.
Yes. Yes.
So.
Yes. Podunk University. Yes.
Yeah. I think 4 years from now, Italy will have a revamp. I think their stabilization was always on their defense, and they were always blessed to have that one forward. But I mean, you could just go down the list of every World Cup previous. But I think somewhere along the line they got too obsessed with the club game versus the national game.
Well, the goalie's the issue, right? I mean, they haven't had a really good goalie in a long time. Since they made it to the finals, they haven't had a goalie.
And they've lost their identity. I mean, I think the country as a whole has had a better GDP club-wise when you look at all those clubs versus their national game, and they almost basically forgot they had a team. I mean, when you look at how they played, they're like the talent's there. It's just they weren't structured right, and they just thought it was automatic to be Italian on a great soccer team. But no, I mean, some of these countries have started to step up to the plate. And they see it now. The last 2 to 3 World Cups, they're starting to see it like, all right, wait a minute. So I know by 2030, the Centennial one, like, which is a whole the Mosh story for me. They should be qualifying. I wouldn't be surprised unless it's injuries.
Think about Italy; they never have like a young phenom. They've got like the 40-year-old Pirlo, or they've got these established players that have been, this is their 3rd or 4th World Cup. They might come back for another one, but you never see them with the young guy, the young kid. Just coming up like England
where they fell off,
and Brazil and now Spain seem to produce.
And that's a good point you brought up. I think what they forgot was their infrastructure of the Calcio leagues. When you look at the Bundesliga, it's heavy German kids. They all run the same systems in all the teams in the lower levels. So when they go to the main stage, they're mechanically inclined to play in a national flag consistently with the same mindset, regardless of coach. I think the Italian leagues have forgotten that sort of recruiting externally. So when those players go to their respective countries, they now are like, oh, where's our talent? Oh, we forgot to build them up the right way. So that's what they're going to have to start doing. I mean, when you looked at AC Milan, Inter Milan back in the day, 80% of the teams were on the national team. Now you look at those lineups and you're like, it's everybody else. It's all external. It's a bunch of Lucas in the NBA, and it's like
they leave too, right? They go and play for other nations, other countries. In the offseason.
Tonali, Calafiori, Donnarumma. You can go down the line. You got a chunk of them in the Premier League. So,
it's the thing. Like you look at the Spanish leagues, you look at the German leagues. You still have their core talent in those leagues. So when they're being called up, it's a simple transition. Italy lost themselves in that. They're just like, boom, we forgot to build up our talent. But like I said, 4 years from now, they'll be there as long as everybody's injury free and nothing chaotic happens. I would not be surprised if they make it the next time around for 2030.
If they expand it like this, I mean, you figure that they're gonna edge out some of these teams that are like you're scratching your head like how the fuck they even get in here.
I mean, they should have been here now.
I mean, when you go to the next class and you see Haiti, like kudos to them, but you're like, Italy. It would have been nice to have Italy in that class, the next one, Group C.
Yeah. Well, you said it, so let's talk about it. You got Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland.
Right, this is a good one.
So this is really top heavy. You're looking at Brazil at 6, Morocco at 8, Haiti at 83, and Scotland at 43. So,
I mean, the first two are obvious. I think the safe bets are Morocco 1, Brazil 2, Scotland 3. That's the safe way of saying it. Here's my thing with Brazil. If they actually do play Neymar, here's my hot take in that. He has to play mid. He can't play forward. He's lost the one piece he had was agility, but he still has ball control, and the proper midfielder can still put the ball in the right place and doesn't have to move as much. And we've seen that Inter Miami when half of Barcelona came over. He can still move, but he doesn't have the same speed, but he has ball control. So if they play him in the mid, he's still going to draw enough attention there to free up a lot of those other guys. Because a lot of their forwards, their front line, are not what he used to be, even at their peak. So they're great, but they're not at that, what do you call the Hugo Bonita level of 94, 98. So Brazil can get some of its momentum back, but Morocco's taking that. I can't see how they don't. And then Scotland to me is third. I mean, I can see Scotland outperforming Brazil. Scotland is a steady team, but I'll go 1 Morocco, 2 Brazil, 3 Scotland. Sorry, Haiti. You're going to score 1 or 2 goals, but the experience is not there. And you're up against gods on that field at that point.
Geez, it's been like 50 years since Haiti's been in this thing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Kudos to them, but you're up against gods right now.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to see them not getting their teeth kicked in on the regular, even by Scotland, because Scotland has quality.
Yeah.
Scotland has physicality. Like they're on the come in terms of the world stage, but it's a 2-horse race. It's Brazil and Morocco. For me, I mean, I'm going to take Brazil just because of the quality. Like Morocco is good, but Brazil, they have a depth of talent that is just,
Well, there's talent and there's expectation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's talent and there's expectation for Morocco as well, because they've competed on the global stage now, and they're starting to become a little bit of a name. If you're 8th in the world as an African nation, that's pretty damn good. So, I think that it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be. It's going to be a hotly contested one. I could even see Brazil Morocco going to a draw when they play each other.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can see that.
Yeah,
but Brazil is going to kick the shit out of Haiti. Morocco's going to kick the shit out of Haiti.
That's going to be their goal for and against right there to get them to the next level. Everybody's looking at the day they play Haiti just to get their goals up. Sadly, that's what they're going to be doing. Yep. They're already every other team, Scotland, they all have that circled. Like, all right, like you said, tie with Morocco, 2-1 against Scotland, Haiti 8-0. That's what we're going for. You got to do it. You got to do it. Like, you have to.
I was watching these friendlies. Brazil looks comfortable. I don't know what Ancelotti's been doing with them. They're happy together. Now,
yeah, they're looking good. Like, we could talk about Argentina when we get there, but I say Brazil's talent pool is just on a different level, and people have to understand like what that country produces from their slums is just utterly amazing. And these guys survive on their feet. I think it was Pele or Neymar that said that, Pele is like, I made it with my feet. And those people, like, you see, Neymar got humbled now. That to me, he's still critical to this team because that injury really just said, hey, this is your last hurrah. You barely even got in on the team. It was a more political move than anything. But if they play him in the mid or center of the front line, let him distribute and let him create to where they have to draw attention to him. You're going to find a man open. And that's where he can thrive. And that's what Brazil's going to start scoring. It won't be from his foot. It's going to be from his passes.
Right. I don't think he has that ability to, like, shoot the ball over an opponent, then strike in the back of the net off the volley.
No. They might give him a few. If they even start him, it'll probably be against Haiti. But I don't see him starting against Morocco and Scotland. Depending. But I see him very definitely getting his time in Haiti, knowing that if they advance, he can get his minutes in there, especially in the heat. Because Scotland's issue is the heat. Can they just deal with it? Wherever they're going to play, you're going to be in a hot area. So, but Morocco knows heat, Haiti knows heat, and Brazil knows heat. So that's the only advantage Haiti has over Scotland. But I don't see an upset there at any time.
No. And then you have like Endrick and Esteval. You have young talent up front for Brazil.
No Esteval.
No Esteval? No. So you have Endrick. But the future is bright for Brazil, and they're the next generation is already now. Like we were talking about Italy with their next generation when, but they have the talent right now, and you still have the veterans in like the Casemiros of the world who can kind of keep everything on track. So, they could definitely make a deep run. I don't know if they're good enough to win the whole thing, but I think that Brazil can definitely like put a scare into the other top echelon teams.
I think Endrick's their most valuable player right now because he doesn't get the time like everybody else. But when he comes off the bench, he's the one equalizing or giving that winning goal in these last couple of friendlies. He's consistently coming off the bench and putting one on the board. And the thing is, they haven't taken the leash off his neck yet because he's so young. And because you have two other guys in the front line that have these multi-million-dollar contracts. So they're respecting that ego. But at the end of the day, a Neymar Endrick combo on that field could be really disturbing for a lot of defenders. It could be very disturbing because Endrick is short. And the thing is with a tall defender, when you deal with Scotland, is low center of gravity. Like I'm 6'4". If I had to deal with Messi at 5'4", that is a nightmare. He cuts quicker. Endrick has power. Endrick can go left, right, and straight. So it's like that's a headache, but they don't release the chain on him. And I hate that because you have to this tournament because he will be your future.
Yeah, he can't be like an 88-minute you're winning 5-0 sub. He has to be like a strategic company to finish that game.
Yep. They have to take advantage of him now because the other two guys on the front line aren't going to do it. Their egos are too big on Real, and all. I'm like, I haven't seen enough by them on the national level to be impressed. The club game is different. That's a different type. It's like college football versus NFL. It's a different system. If you're not putting the right system on the national, because you don't play that often with each other, you got to figure it out quick. And Endrick will figure it out because he's been on the back burner the whole time around him. So now if you put him in the front, he's going to do what he's supposed to do. And if you put Neymar and just drop the ball all day, he's going to be very successful. It's just
the other good thing is that Vinny has the experience with Ancelotti, so he can kind of be like a player coach in that regard. So
Vinny doesn't pull the Neymar rolls on the floor and like we saw about 8 years ago. I hope he doesn't start pulling those little cards out of just pretending he's injured because the rules change now. If you're on the floor, they put you in the sideline and you have to sit out there. Your team plays one man down to the next whistle. So thank God they made that rule because I don't want to see this, he hit me, but it was like a LeBron flop. Like, I don't want to see none of that. Play the whistle and keep it moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. We are on to the big one. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. Group D. That would be the USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. We have 16th rank USA, 40th Paraguay, 27th Australia, and 22nd Turkey. How is our team going to do? How are the Stars and Stripes going to do in this group?
I think
I'm the big USA soccer hater. I always say they're 20 years behind because they have the resources, but I can get a bunch of kids from Queens that could probably perform better in the field. Not that they're not talented. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're not consistent enough. And to me, Canada is the better version of them because a lot of those Canadians play the same colleges, the same systems as USA. They just happen to go over the border and play for that flag. They're going to advance. I think Australia and USA are advancing. I'm always a fan favorite of Paraguay, just being from South America, because he used to have one of my favorite goalies back in the 90s, Chileve. But I think USA and Australia, I think Australia takes the lead. USA actually could be a toss-up between them. I mean, when you look at goals for and against, those are my top two. Turkey or Paraguay, that's more of a toss-up to me because, I mean, Paraguay's playing okay soccer, but you saw what they did down. They qualified, but I'm just hoping USA doesn't disappoint. That's honestly, they're like my Knicks. It's like you get so close to being actually decent and then boom, or my Mets. Like, come on. But they're talented. It's just every year after year, their forwards are pulling hammies or, it's something going on. You're relying on one player. He can't do it. I grew up in 94 with Tabaré Ramos, John Harkes. The list goes on, Balboa. These guys were savages. They had no idea what they were doing for the most part, but they just went out there and just kicked the ball hard and fast. This team is too patient, which upsets me because they're big and strong like European countries. They just don't take advantage of it. They just don't take advantage of that, and I don't understand why. But those are my two picks.
Yeah, they better not play down to the competition here.
I hate that.
I mean, It should be a layup. They got to get out of the group. I mean, if they don't get out of the group, it goes back to the Mexico thing. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I've got the U.S. and then I'm with you on Australia because people sleep in Australia, man. They played really good in the last World Cup.
Yep.
They've been playing good friendly matches. They play tough.
They do.
Smart. They play very smart. Very controlled game. They stay around the midfield. They kick the ball around, and then they go for the corners. You know, they know they're not going to be hitting any 20-yard shots. They're going to rely on their corner kicks, and they're going to try to out finesse you.
Yep.
The problem is if they get down early, if they get down and they're trying to play catch up, and that's when they could wind up giving up more goals. So, I don't think Turkey and Paraguay is so much as a toss-up. I actually do think Paraguay is good. I do think they're good. They're just not better than the United States or Australia.
Yep.
And I put Turkey in that same boat. I think they're good. It's just that this is a tough group for them. So
yeah,
I have it finishing Paraguay, Turkey, but United States and Australia should make it out.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not impressed by the U.S. whatsoever.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
No, I think that they're overrated. I think that
they're entitled. They're very entitled. They're all very entitled. And for a country that our best athletes don't play soccer, unfortunately. So
right.
You would think that this is an opportunity for people to rise to the occasion, rise above the competition. They feel very entitled. They think who they are, and it just doesn't work like that, especially not in this sport.
Yep.
Well, and so with Pochettino, like he's valuing resume over actual skill.
Poch is also very entitled, though. That's like half the problem.
That's true. They got the right team.
He's so entitled because he's like, oh, I coached in Europe. I was so good. Like, not really.
Not really, sir.
Pretty crazy. Not really.
Not
I
really.
think most coaches wanted the job, to be honest with you. They didn't want to do the cleanup job of USA. I mean, they have
no star power. They have no star power. And
yeah.
it is
Pulisic, this kid Pulisic, he's a great guy. I get it. He plays in Germany. I get it. But he's not the guy you carry your team with, especially going into this World Cup. Like, he's just not. He's a compliment to someone else, but you don't have a lead striker. You don't have a tough goalie. You don't have anything but this kid in the middle. So it's like he's just going to get bullied. I mean, what is he, 5'6", 5'8"? He's going to get bullied. He's going to get exhausted eventually because he's going to feel the weight of carrying his team.
He's going to get tired.
And he's just
worn out because that back line is fucking terrible.
I generally want them. But yeah, I generally want them to advance. That's my thing.
Hey, we all do. It's in America, for God's sake.
I know. Listen, when they did World Cup '94, they lost in the Rose Bowl. I never forget the story. July 3rd, and then in the newspaper the next day was Star Spangled Bummer, and John Harkes played on that team. And he grew up in the Brooklyn Italian Leagues. My father was his coach, John Harkes. He called him after the game and came to visit 3 to 4 days later, if I'm not mistaken. He came to Brooklyn, New York to visit my father. And because the following year was MLS. And somewhere in my card collection, I have the MLS All-Star games. He gave me, my father, those tickets for the MLS All-Stars because the doubleheader was Brazil against the world. And he suffered a concussion in that game when they got eliminated. I'm sorry, not John Harkes. He trained Tabaré Ramos and John Harkes, but Tabaré Ramos suffered an elbow by the Brazilians. The Brazilians kicked us out in '94, and Tabaré Ramos was the one that called my father, came to visit, and gave us the MLS tickets eventually. But that broke my heart ever since because I don't feel like US has had a core like that since. But
not at all. I mean, this is the air quote golden generation, and what is gold about this generation?
I think it's just that they're slightly better than the past, which isn't saying much, and I think that's why they're so entitled. Like, I saw them against Germany the other day. They didn't look terrible. Like, the 2-1 game, it wasn't horrendous, but it really didn't look that good. Like,
yeah, I mean, they over-celebrated one goal. Like, you're still losing, guy.
It was just losing.
I wouldn't have spent all that energy doing backflips when I'm down 2-1. I would grab that ball out of the net, put it back in the midfield, and start running it back. But
you see towards the end, Germany's just dancing around them. They're jogging. You see,
you know what's even crazier is, like, you look at Miami. AFA, the Argentinian Federation, has built a secondary satellite building to scout Argentinians in America.
Yeah,
right next to that stadium, because they have their own internal program for the youth, right? So, like, now they can get American Argentinians out, and a lot of countries are starting to do this in South America. They're now like, all right, They're going into MLS, so we could grab that American talent that can come play in our teams by blood. And I'm like, USA is not taking advantage of this. They're not building their internal infrastructure like the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga to me is like the greatest infrastructure because they're consistently great. Germany's like you never have to buckle. Like you just know they're going to be top 5. You just know it. It's sad because they're just that good, and you have to always worry about them every World Cup, regardless of what turmoil they may have. So these South American teams are like, it's a lot cheaper to build a little stadium or a little camp next to these stadiums where like Messi or one of our fan favorites is, and then try to recruit our people. Like in Virginia, I didn't even know there was that many Central Americans in here. There's a lot of Peruvians, Guatemalans. I didn't know that. I was like, holy cow. I was like, not surprised now when you look at it. But USA does not take advantage of its talent. They don't. And half the kids can't even afford to play it anyway if they could. So they just go to South America. When I went to Buenos Aires 2018, the guys that played in River Plate team, the River Plate club, they play the Bocas and the La Plata club. They play River Plate and Boca. They're on the bus, bro. They don't make money. They were on the bus with me going to training camp. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. It's a lot cheaper to play. A lot cheaper to play out there. And then once you get recognition, you fly right to Europe. You should skip the US and you go straight to Europe if you're good enough.
That's the thing. You're trying to cultivate American soccer players. And now the claim to fame is if they were able to play in Europe. Like that's the goal, right?
Yep.
And MLS is getting neglected in that regard a little bit because then you're shipping out a lot of the best talent. They are getting kind of like their finishing school, but then they come back here and it doesn't gel together. Like, what is the obsession with Gio fucking Reyna? Can somebody explain that
His
to
father.
me?
Claudio Reyna, man, this guy kind of ruined it all, man. I don't know. It's a weird man. I don't know. First of all, he's good, but he's not great. Right. I don't see the hype. I don't see him in any major leagues in the world where he's dominating. Listen, Pulisic, I'll give a chance to because he's actually scoring. He's doing like 20 goals a season. That's not easy to do in Germany, so I'll give him that. I'm not going to bash him. He's just in a good system. He's in Germany. They have a good, consistent system where he can flourish. Now, you put him in USA, and there's really no system for him to flourish. It's kind of like just wing it, and hopefully, Nike signs us another 10-year contract. It's like a UFC a sponsorship deal. It's like, all right, hopefully we get another one.
Yeah. I mean, just because of that, I have them in third. I really think that they'll be in that third place tournament. They may be able to get out of that, but I'm not impressed. Like
I can see that.
I'm big with Turkey. Their performance in the Euros when they went head to head with the Netherlands, yes, they lost, but they were toe to toe with some of the best football players in Europe. Mm-hmm. So that weighs well with me. Like you're taking on guys like Virgil. Yeah. Okay. You have my attention. So I'm gonna go Turkey A1, Australia. Like they're not going to score a lot, but they're going to beat you up. Mm-hmm. I think that they'll be able to get through. USA 3, Paraguay. Unfortunately, I see enough CONCACAF and I see enough of that. Like they're okay. They're okay, but okay ain't going to get it done in this tournament.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of okay, we have Group E.
That's right. You're just okay. Just okay. We have Germany, we have Curacao, we have Cote d'Ivoire, and we have Ecuador. So we've got the 10th ranked Germans, the 82nd ranked Curacao, we have 34th ranked Ivory Coast, and 23rd ranked Ecuador.
Yeah, so here, Germany. I think Germany's an easy bet for everybody. Now, Ivory Coast performed well with France. I just hope they don't hold on to that and think it's automatic. I'm going to go with Ecuador as my second pick because they were just consistent in South America defensively. They were a headache for every team. And I'm just biased a little bit because when I was in Qatar, I had tickets to the Australia-Argentina game, but Emirates rerouted my flight to 2 hours early, so I had to give up those tickets and go to the airport. So I was watching it with my friend on TikTok, and behind me was the father, Jeremy Sarmiento, and his brother, who managed his Instagram accounts. And he was like, "Yeah, my son got eliminated." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, yeah, they got eliminated today. He's like, "That's my son." I'm like, "What?" So I was actually hanging out with Jeremy Sarmiento's father and brother. Wow. His brother, I don't know what his brother does, but he's always traveling. Like if you just go on his Instagram, he's just always traveling. And every time Ecuador plays, let's see if I can pull him up right now because He goes by. It's hard to find him sometimes on my DMs because he changes his name a lot. So Sari, I'm gonna see if I can pull him up. But every time Ecuador is playing, I'm always chatting with him on the game. I'm like, "Yo, good luck." He's like, "Thank you." And then now that you know what, I might just hit him up when the brother, because they're going to be in the U.S. soon. Oh, they're going to be here, and see if we can maybe get him on. I don't know. I'll try my hardest, bro. I'll try. It's the weirdest. Coming out of Qatar was the weirdest thing because like the Moroccan fan base, I didn't know was that huge. Didn't know. Like they conquered Qatar with their cars, their women, and their celebrations. They conquered that. When they beat Belgium, that whole marketplace of Souk Khalif erupted. Me, my boy, he's Greek. He's like, what just happened? People are like, oh, Morocco just kicked out Belgium. I was like, what? It was amazing. Like I have video footage of like them in the alleyways carrying kids around. It was the greatest thing. Like they won a war or something.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going with Germany first. Ecuador, like I said, I'm biased to them. They were very rugged on the qualifications for South America. They were consistently, I think, number 2. And then I will go Ivory Coast 3.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like Germany. The Germany thing is, I feel like they're a solid team. I just don't know if they have enough. Kind of like they don't have a scorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're down, they don't have a guy that can get them back in it. They play sound soccer. I like their system. I like their game plan, but I don't know if they have the ability to hold a lead against good teams, and I don't know if they have the ability to come back if they're down. They're like a middle of the road team. They're like not too great, not terrible. They're really just the middle of the road. I have a bold statement I'm going to say here. I think Ecuador has probably the best defense in South America.
Yeah,
I do.
No, 100%.
I think they have
100%.
the best defense. And if I think was Piero, he plays for Arsenal in the English Premier League, right? He's coming on the show.
That's Michael Sarmiento. We were chatting in 20. Actually, wait, I got to go back. We last talked December 6th at 5 p.m. just for the record, Michael Sarmiento is Jeremy Sarmiento's brother. So, yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I'll ask him. I mean, what do I have to lose, man?
I do think Ecuador has like the best defense in South America. So I could see like 0-0s going into extra time. I could see, penalty. I could see like, kicks going, I could see that happening with Ecuador.
Yeah.
I think they have, probably was his Casido is probably their best player. But so I have those teams the top for me. Curacao is a baseball fucking country, so they're on the bottom, and I got Ivory Coast in third.
All right, so 9:23 p.m. Message sent. I'm gonna see what state they're in first, and then we're gonna start seeing what goes on.
Cool.
Yeah, the father was really nice. But there you go.
Oh, this is Curaçao's first appearance too.
Oh yeah, like I was like, do I know this place? Like, have I been there? Like, I didn't know the country at all.
It's a beautiful place, beautiful country. But
I have to check.
Baseball players.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Curacao. Thanks for coming. But it's a foregone conclusion that Germany is going to take this group. They're just
don't sleep on Ecuador, man. Don't sleep on.
It's
Ecuador.
true. Ecuador can do damage, and that's the thing. They're not just physical; they actually can put points on the board, and they were consistent for 2 years, playing for 2 years.
I think we're kind of sleeping on Ivory Coast a little bit. They definitely have quality. They definitely have talent. So I think that in terms of scoring, like they have as good of a chance as anybody to finish second in this. But Germany has the infrastructure. We keep saying about the infrastructure. Right? They're the solid spine, and they'll pounce on a team like Curacao. Like they'll weather the storm against Ecuador. Like they can hold down Ivory Coast because it's deep and the infrastructure is there. The question is who's in second? Do you want Ecuador or Ivory Coast? It doesn't really matter because whoever finishes third is most likely going to be in that third place tournament because this is that's a top team who's going to be in there. So I'm taking Ivory Coast second. I have Ecuador third, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit if that was reversed. And honestly, I think Ecuador has as good of a chance coming out of that third place bracket as any team. But I mean, Germany is an international power, and They may not have the scoring. You're right. They may not have the striker on paper.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah, Kai Havertz is your right, exactly. But he does well in big moments. So
No, what he'll score like one goal against like Ivory Coast, and then that's his tournament. That's all he'll do. And then that's what he'll do.
My only question for the organization of Germany right now is when they look at their dates and times and locations, is the dome open? What time's the game and what's the temperature? Because you're playing 3 teams that can play in the heat very well. Germany or Europe, those Europeans, those Western Europeans, not so good. They're anything over 85 degrees with humidity, they're in trouble. And I know we're doing those 3-minute water breaks, but if Ecuador is playing Germany in a hot day, open dome, that's going to be a problem for Germany because what South Americans are prone to keep the ball low and fast. We keep it low. Now, Ivory Coast, because they're taller, they're going to keep it high and fast, right? They mimic a lot of the European styles. So the thing is, they're going to make the Germans run. Both teams are going to make them run all day long and gas them early because that's when you start taking those deep shots at the goalie, get the deflection, get the hard pass. But honestly, Germany right now, they're probably looking at location, weather, and time of day because that's going to take their guys out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they should walk out of this because Qatar, the games were at night. To put an example, because it was so hot in Qatar, the games didn't start till 10 p.m. at night. It didn't finish till 1 a.m. at least. So, in Lusail Stadium, I mean, it was still hot. I mean, you felt the heat. I mean, the stadium felt like even though it was open, the ACs were super, super top notch. But when you walked out, you got hit with the heat. So they played at night. That's how bad it is. So to help these teams win, but USA has no part of that game. They're like, nah. I mean, the one thing I'll give USA is a lot of our young kids that play football, American football, any sport, they're doing 2-a-days at 14 with gear on. Like we can hustle with this weather. That's why I give USA a chance here, at least getting through the first round. But Germany really has to look into that. The weather is going to be a big piece for them. A lot of the European teams.
Like the one respite for them is that they are playing in Toronto. So it's Toronto, Philly, Houston, and Kansas City. So
who are they playing? Who are they playing in Kansas?
So
Ecuador or Ivory Coast, they got a problem.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about what is where, but those are the 4 locations for Group E. So Houston, you have the dome, you're 100% right. Toronto, you're gonna have a little bit of respite. Kansas City in June.
Right now it's hot over there. I have friends out there. They're like, it's balmy out here.
Kansas City and Philly in June. Yeah, that is potential to be some melting Germans.
I don't know if you saw this TikTok where a German went to a Waffle House and he was the first time ever, and he gave it like a 10 out of 10 because the best thing right now is all these Europeans trying our fast food for the first time and they're like flipping out.
Yo, this is so fucking cool.
One guy was like, the Baja Blast is amazing. We need this in England. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's so funny how we make fun of our cultures or our ways of living. And then now they're just enjoying it. It's awesome.
And that brings us to Japan.
Yes.
On that note.
That brings us to Group F. Oh my goodness. So you have the Netherlands, you have Japan, you have Sweden, and you have Tunisia. So the 7th ranked Netherlands, 18th ranked Japan. So Japan, it's a sexy pick.
Yeah.
Sweden and
Sleepers.
38th, and then Tunisia 44th. So who's coming out of Group F?
Whew. All right.
I don't know a whole lot about Tunisia. That might just be a me thing. I don't know a whole lot about the game. I don't know.
No, I mean, if you look at Tunisia, you're probably looking at like Turkey, kind of on the same wavelengths as far as talent. I mean, Japan has just gotten better tournament after tournament. They're so disciplined. And when you look at any athlete coming out of Japan, Otani, anybody, they're just prone to details. So they could handle the European style of football. But now you have the Netherlands, and then you have who else again? Was it Sweden?
Yeah, and
Sweden.
Tunisia.
And Tunisia. Well, Tunisia, I'm going to put them aside for now. The Netherlands, they're playing good ball. They're like the Buffalo Bills of the World Cup. But Sweden, you got that one good guy on there. But respectfully, that's going to be that game. Netherlands versus Sweden is going to be the make or break for that. But I'm just going to go with the Netherlands and Japan 1 and 2. Sweden 3. I like Japan in this tournament in general. I think they can go really deep. really far, it would be a beautiful thing to see. Like again, I'm Argentinian, I get it, but I'm not unrealistic, and I think Japan can go really far in this place.
Yeah, I feel like this is the dark horse group.
Yeah.
I think the Netherlands and Japan are two dark horse teams. I think both are capable. Very balanced attack, and you're kind of not expecting much from them when you play them, and then you're like, oh wow, they're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they have ball control. Oh wow, we can't score. Oh, what the fuck is going on? So I feel like they could surprise you. So I too am with you. I've got the Netherlands and Japan. But Tunisia's a good team, and Sweden's a good team.
Sweden's definitely a good team.
Tunisia's been coming on the last couple of years. They're not a pushover. They're not a walkover.
Yep.
You're going to have to earn it against them.
Mm-hmm.
The Swedes, too. The Swedes are good. They're good.
They are good. They
haven't done good in recent years, but they're a competent bunch. But I do think I have Netherlands and Japan coming out.
I think this is the last World Cup for the Netherlands to have that core that they have of talent, that current core that went with Argentina to the last World Cup. So they got to make the best of it right now, because some of them it's going to be their last hoorah. So
yeah, I agree. I think you have a good, the comparing them to the Buffalo Bills. I think that's a good comparison, because it's.
I mean, they've been to the finals 3 or 4 times, and they're
like 3 times.
Yeah,
3 times.
So I mean, and So I mean, good luck. I mean, the Orange Machine is what they used to call them.
I mean, the Netherlands is still the king of this group. Japan is definitely going to be on the come. It wouldn't surprise me if they made a deep run. Size is an issue. Like they have speed, they have ball control, they have control in a system. They're not big.
No, they're not.
They're not
built like a bunch of midfilders. That's like the silly one.
I think out of all the groups, this is a group where you really could expect 3 teams to come out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fair call right there. Yep.
I could see that. Sweden definitely has. They have Gyökeres. They have some
Alanga.
talent. They have Anthony Alanga. That's true. They have some talent on there, but enough to compete with the Netherlands? I don't think so. I think they're more competing with Japan for second than with the Netherlands at the top. But it wouldn't surprise me if Sweden made it out of this group. It
wouldn't surprise me. No, but Japan, I just see them year after year, tournament after tournament, rather, just getting better and better, and actually beating some of the big boys in Europe. So I'm like, okay, now their confidence level's high. So their mentality's in the right place.
All right, now Group G, we have Belgium, we have Egypt, we have Iran, and we have New Zealand. So Belgium is ranked 9th, Egypt is 29th, Iran is 21st.
So Iran's playing? They're playing.
They arrived, I think, yesterday. Their visas were like approved.
Their team's not here, but they're going to play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They might have Italy on speed dial. Hey, guys, we can't really.
I honestly thought with politics involved that they were going to pull that one off. I was like, they're going to just call Italy and just call it a day. But I was like, hey, their visas got approved like 2 days ago. They're in the country, I think, as of yesterday. There was a video of them like coming out of the plane. That's what I heard. I didn't see it. Like one at a time. Like they were not able to come out all as a group. So I'm like, oh my God, this has got to be weird for them. I feel so bad for them. Like they're just players. Like don't treat them any different. Like they're not animals. But this group is going to be weird. I mean, Belgium's strong. Okay, so my thing with Egypt is this: their last friendly, there were fans that had, the letters of Egypt and instead of 2026, like they're all in individual numbers and letters, but it was 2620. So the joke was like, oh, they're just looking at the future then. But Belgium's coming at us. Listen, New Zealand, when Iran's on, they actually could play solid soccer. But my safe bet would be New Zealand number 2. Egypt and Iran. Egypt's up and down lately. They used to be a performer coming out of Africa, but I don't see it this year. But I would go with New Zealand. I mean, like Australia, they're fairly similar styles. They're strong, they're rugged, but Belgium, New Zealand will be my top 2 picks coming out of there.
I mean, Arne Slot definitely did Egypt a favor this year by benching Salah.
Yeah,
so he's got rested legs. Marmouche, yeah. So,
they have a decent offense, but like anything else,
yeah.
So I have Belgium, but I actually do have Iran. I do think
it's not a bad call.
they have athletes. They
Mhm.
really do. They've got guys that can run. They can run up and down the pitch. And I feel like they're gonna be on American soil, North American soil. They get
They
something to
got a big
prove.
point to prove. They got a big point to prove.
And it's gonna be hostile. And they're not gonna shy away from it. They're gonna feed off of that. And I think that's gonna be something that does it for them. Egypt and New Zealand, it's just for me, there's nothing to really talk about there. I don't think they're competent countries when it comes to soccer, at least not this year. I haven't seen anything out of them in friendlies. I'm like, whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. No, one of those words. It's kind of just like, what am I watching right now? What are you guys doing? And New Zealand's got some big dudes. They got some big dudes on their team.
The guys who didn't make the rugby team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically what you're looking at.
Yeah, and the goalie gives up goals. I'm sticking with Belgium and Iran.
I mean, I'm going to take Belgium and Egypt just because I don't know what we're getting out of Iran.
Yeah.
Basically, they just got here, and it's like, okay, but let's see where we are a little bit. They have to get acclimated, and I don't know a lot of these teams have been here and they've been training. That's important here. So that I don't know if that doesn't keep Iran out of the basement for me. I think they might come forth just because of circumstances, not because of talent. So I definitely think that Egypt, when they're on, they're a competent and quality team. But Belgium is just miles ahead of them. And New Zealand, you're right. It's Aussie rules football. Like let's rough it up a little bit and let's see what's gonna happen here. So they could work their way into third place, but I mean, I don't view New Zealand as a serious contender.
Yes.
All right.
On the flip side, though, we have Group H with Spain.
So we have Spain,
All right.
Cape Verde, another team. Thanks for coming.
Wakanda, the screenshot in Wakanda too. The Black Panther. That was one of the beach lines they use. That's how I knew about Cape Verde. I'm like, what is this location?
So we have Spain, Wakanda. We have Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. Wow. So the second rank in the world, second ranked Spain, Cape Verde 69th, nice. Saudi Arabia 61st, and then Uruguay 17th.
Yo, my hot take here: Spain and Saudi Arabia are going to advance. Uruguay is going to disappoint.
Really?
Uruguay is just getting disappointed. I think Uruguay is going to end up third, definitely not fourth. But what I'm used to seeing as a kid from Uruguay, and we could even remove Suarez out of the equation, they played some classy South American soccer, but they have not been it late. And I don't know what you're going to get with them here. And Saudi Arabia, after beating Argentina, their kings or sultans have invested so much money on coaching, facilities, training. These men can play. Like, granted, offsides. I still think Argentina should have won that game. Whatever, they lost. But Saudi Arabia played a good game, and they're capable. And now I'm saying to myself, these guys are just as tall as the Moroccans. They're just as fluid as them. They play almost a similar format and strategy. Uruguay, after losing some of the Cavani and Suarez, they got one or two young guns. But I'm like, I don't know if they have an identity enough to get past Saudi Arabia. They might just get upset on that. They just might lose that game. So I'm calling Spain and Saudi Arabia on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Spain is the best team.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of number one for me, besides all the young talent they have and the way they play their game. If they're gonna do it, this is the year to do it.
Yep.
So I mean, Spain's the one I'm picking, number one. Cape Verde, thanks for playing.
Thanks for showing up.
I have a hard time, kind of like with the U.S. I have a hard time believing Uruguay won't make it out of this group. But I do agree with you. Saudi Arabia, they definitely pumped a lot of money into the team, the coaching, the facilities. They want to be on this stage. They definitely want to have their mark here. I just don't know if it's this year. I'm not saying it can't happen. It can.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Spain and Uruguay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't name one Saudi striker who's going to be able to move the needle.
Right.
Because I mean, you have Lamine Yamal. You have, for Uruguay, you have a bunch of players.
They play with Ronaldo and Al-Nassr.
Right. Right, exactly. Unless he's becoming a Saudi, unless he's changing his nationalization, I don't think that's going to work. So I mean, Saudi Arabia, like they have a chance to get into that tournament, but I don't know if they'll be able to make a run. And then Cape Verde.
Oh no, they're definitely not making a run. I just like that upset. I like that possible upset of Saudi Arabia. For some reason, because don't forget they're petitioning for the 2034 World Cup, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm like, they're really trying to put all their eggs in this basket right now, because this is the last tournament with a lot of big names on it.
100%. And I would like to see Saudi Arabia push Spain. I would like to see them give them a run for their money. And that's more of like seeing what Spain's about than about Saudi Arabia, because we kind of know who Saudi Arabia is. But Spain is an international power, but at the end of the day,
They also conceded to Peru the other day, which is kind of embarrassing.
they can be solved. Spain can be solved.
Yeah.
So I think that Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and then Cape Verde.
Cape Verde.
I will say, my father allegedly met the Saudi Arabian coach at a bar the other week. True story. That man was not confident at all. He was not confident at all.
Just what kind of watch was he wearing? Because I might have to go to that bar. That's probably when a Richard Mille.
He was like, man, we suck. Peace.
Oh my God! But yeah, I here's where I call my first upset is Saudi Arabia advancing, not Uruguay, or going in second. Because everybody's gonna attack Cape Verde. Poor team.
Well,
That's
Spain, the reigning Euro champion, right?
Yeah.
But
They play some good. They play some good. So I love watching Spain play as of the last maybe 10 years because they're playing some fluid soccer. It's just they're just fun to watch how they move that ball around, regardless of the scoring.
And they're all playing in the same league. They all play with each other.
Exactly, and that goes right back to the beginning where like the Bundesliga, the Germans are heavy playing with each other, the Spaniards are playing with each other. Where in Italy, everybody else is playing there, but Italians.
Exactly. So from the world ranked number 2 to the world ranked number 1, let's talk about Group I. You have France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. So number 1 overall, France, 14th ranked Senegal, 57th ranked Iraq, and 31st ranked Norway, with Sorloth, Holland, and Odegaard up front. So who's taking this bad boy?
This is a good group.
This is a good group. France is taking this group for sure. I just feel like Mbappe is going to be their downfall as they advance. I think the whole Capitan mentality, I think he actually will be the team's downfall as they move on. I think this Senegal will be the only. I don't think Norway is going to kill them as much as a fight as Senegal is. Senegal, another African country that's built strong. You got to ask yourself, how many people on France are from Senegal or, Algeria? Like Zidane's son is playing in Algeria, right? Put that in perspective, the France national team. I think France and Senegal come out. I'm rooting for the African nations, a lot of them being one of them. I met their fan base. I have videos on my YouTube with the guy on the train playing the audio, and it's crazy. Norway's good. Listen, Holland to me is like when we used to play basketball when we were young, the point guard would always run, like take the shot, run back down the left court, and they would just throw it back up to him, and we call it hanging back. Yeah, he can score goals, but after that one fluid year he had 6 years ago, he's dominant. He's good, but he's not dominant. And so I'm thinking Senegal, France, Norway third. I know that's a tough one to chew, but on the club level, has he played with his team enough? I don't think so. The Senegals have, and they're very prideful people. Them, the Cameroons. So I'm sticking with France and Senegal for that.
Yeah, so with France, last 2 World Cups, right? They were in it, I think. I mean, yeah, I like France, and I agree with you. Same thing with Mbappe. They're gonna go as far as his ego lets them go.
Yep.
Right. I mean, he's already at odds with teammates and the team and the president and all this stuff he's got going on. He's a head case, this guy.
The fame is getting to him.
Yeah, fame is getting to him. Fame is getting to him for sure. But the only thing is, I do have an upset here. I think it's Norway. I do. I think Norway's got a chance to make it out, man. I don't know. They're another dark horse to me kind of thing. I know they're not going to get to the final, but I do think they could surprise some people. I do think they have the players, and
they did play well for the advance. They did play well getting to the World Cup.
They play hard. They play hard. They play hard for the whole game. And I do think Senegal is good. They're good, and like you said, they're big guys. They're grown men. They're powerful. I don't know. They might fall asleep at the wheel on something here. So
yeah.
I have Senegal coming in third and Iraq after that. But France is clearly head and shoulders above everybody here, but I have Norway getting out.
Oh
Nope.
my god! But all you need to know is that even without Mbappe, you have Bradley Barcola, Doué, Mateta. You have Ousmane Dembele. Like, come on! Like
He's
they
just
don't
at odds
need-
with his teammates, though. He's very
Yeah,
toxic.
it's how he wants the ball.
Yeah,
He's
it's
almost
toxic,
acting like
man.
Ronaldo right now. I mean, the kid won a World Cup at a very young age, and now he almost thinks he's untouchable. Like he needs to win it every year. Like, yeah, that's everyone's intention on every one of these teams. But what's happening is he's forgetting there's other talent on that team. It's not the Mbappe show. And
No, and that's the thing. It's like
they could
that
still
Mbappe-
play without him and still be successful. That's the reality.
That's my whole
He
point.
just doesn't want that to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. All you need to know is that what has Real Madrid done with Kylian Mbappe? Ugats is what they've done with it.
What happened to PSG when he left?
They started winning.
Yeah.
My man's the kiss of death. The Ninja Turtles, the kiss of death. So I had France number 1, but they don't need him. They absolutely don't need him.
They don't. France
Senegal-
actually does not need him at all.
No. And Senegal has half of Everton on their team. So obviously, so as an Everton supporter, I'm going to selfishly root for Senegal. I'm confused by Norway because they have that elite talent in Sorloth, in Holland. They have the offensive capability, but they haven't done shit with it.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything with it. They haven't. When was the last time Norway qualified for the World Cup?
1990,
Come on.
1998.
98. There you go.
I
That's
wasn't
all
even
you.
born.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about Norway's quality in soccer on the international stage. And then Iraq, Iraq's Iraq, man. I smell what Iraq is cooking, and it's 4th place.
Yep.
They can't hang. They can't hang.
I think
Yeah.
Norway will get a bunch of goals against Iraq. That Holland, Sorloth, front line. I think it's great, but I think that's all they'll really do.
Yeah.
I think France will be tops. I think Senegal will do really good at second. I think they're gonna have fun. That's what I think. I think they're gonna have a fun tournament in Senegal.
That's
Yeah.
true. We're just running on vibes here.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, Group J,
Bum, bum, bum.
Argentina. Here we go. You ready for this, Gil? All right,
Oh
here
my
we go.
God. I'm actually nervous about this group.
So we got Argentina, we got Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. So 3rd ranked Argentina, 28th ranked Algeria, 24th ranked Austria, and 63rd ranked Jordan.
Fuck off with Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous. I listen, we saw Saudi Arabia beat them. I'm not saying I'm expecting an upset. I'm taking Argentina first. Now, amongst the next 3, Austria's talented, Jordan's okay, Algeria. Listen, they got Zidane's son on there. I love Zidane. He's one of my favorites of all time. Here, I'll probably go with Austria second, Jordan third. It's a tough one, 2, 3, 4. It really is. Argentina needs to come out of this glass because they're at a turning point where they're not trying to rely on Messi too much. But when that happens, you're not scoring as much. It's just the reality of it. They have a great team on paper. They're all great attributes. They work well. But when you take that guy out of the equation, they just don't perform as well. And it's obvious. So I wish them the best. I hope they win it, as a fan, but I know they're not. But Austria, Jordan, Algeria will be 2, 3, 4 for me. Argentina one.
Argentina should make it out of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. There's a lot of miles on Messi, right? There's a lot of miles on all these guys. So it just depends on their style of play, how far they can go. If they rely too much on him, they're not going to go too far.
They're not.
But they should get out of the group. And I think Algeria has got a lot of talent. So I feel like that's an easy call for them coming in second. And then Jordan just got here. They just showed up. Thanks for coming. And Austria, I don't see them hanging with Algeria or Argentina. So Argentina
Algeria is a
and
fair
Algeria.
play. It is fair play for Algeria.
Yeah, they've got talent. They're good players. They're a competent group.
Yeah.
They move the ball around very well for where for their talent level.
Yeah.
They can play keep away, which is surprising. That's one of the hardest things to do.
Yep.
They
Ball
can get a
possession.
lead and they can keep it away from you and be very, very frustrating.
Yep.
This is the opportunity for Argentina to really cement itself after Messi, right? They've laid the foundation.
They have to.
You have Julian Alvarez, it's time to really kind of like let everybody else be in the forefront. Let Messi come in and save his legs. Like let him be a mid-match sub and just lay it in. Because you have so much quality on Argentina, right? That it's an embarrassment of riches. We talked about it with Brazil, a similar idea, but it's that old guard, right? You're starting to shed the old guard and you're letting the new guard kind of take the reins. So Austria is going to be a tough out. I think I have them at second. Algeria, they have some talent, but I don't think that they'll be able to kind of match up with the other two. And then, Jordan, I mean, 63rd in the world. So that's they'll put a scare. They're not total dog shit, but I really don't see them. I really don't see them putting too much of a fight to where teams are like generally scared they're going to lose.
Yeah.
This might be a personal thing. I would be most scared with Argentina is their squad depth. I was talking about this with one of my friends. You can make like 2 or 3 different teams with that team.
Yeah.
There's just so much depth.
What Scaloni was doing these last couple of runs, because I was watching how he coached leading up to the last World Cup and so forth. Yeah. What he did was he put was it Martinez in the front? He put McAllister in the middle with DePaul. He kept out Alvarez off. He put him on the bench, right? He saved his legs and Messi, and he put in his Neo Paz, whatever his Nico Paz, and all the other, and Simeone's son, and let them run the show. These are 18, 20-year-old kids running with the next generation of Argentina squad minus Messi. Yeah, and they're doing good. They're still figuring it out. So I think what's going to happen with Scaloni, he's going to start Messi game 1, and what he's going to call for is a blowout. So he could rest in the next 2 games and have goals for and against, and just win 1-0, 2-1, 2-0 going forward. That's really what they're going to try to bank on. So whoever they play first, I forgot which team it is, they're going to try to go like 4-0 on them right out the gates. I call that now because they're going to want to rest, pull them out early, put them on the bench, let the young kids now feel that stage. Because that's what he did leading up to the last World Cup. He let all these guys work around Messi and allowed Messi to walk. Now he's like, all right, we can't rely on him. That's the mentality. We're going to just try to get the first game in, make it a blowout if we can, so he can sit. And now the next 2 games, you guys have to show up. Like, you are now the future of Argentina. So we're not going to blame Messi if we don't get advanced. God forbid, That's the mentality he's put on these young kids now. It's like, it's your fucking show after we get out of this round. Messi just happens to be the sprinkles on top.
That's fair.
Because at the end of the day, the Pele tactic was, there's a story years ago when Pele broke his leg for his club team, and nobody had known. So their shin guards were white and their socks were white, so his cast was white. So they put the sock over the shin guard. Refs didn't know any different. And they wouldn't say pass him the ball. He would just unload it. That's what they're going to probably do with Messi. Give him the ball and let him unload it real quick, just because he's going to still draw the attraction, but he's not going to be the main source of their success. And that's what he wants. He wants him just to be a distraction. That's it. Because you still got to respect his foot, nonetheless. But
we invoke the name of Messi. I think it's time we invoke the name of Ronaldo. So Group K. You think this was intentional? If you think it was intentional, they were one after the other. Come on now. So
bro, they win the World Cup, that would be bonkers. This debate will never end. They will be long gone, and they will still talk about these two.
There's a possibility they could match up. Like,
yeah. I mean, but Portugal's midfield, we all rave about them. They got a squad on that. But just here's the thing. How are they going to treat Ronaldo in this? Are they going to dump him on the bench? Are they going to start I don't know what their game is. Like during these friendlies, they're letting him play, right? They don't care. They qualified. But is he really going to start? That's the question to be asked.
Yeah.
Because they don't really need him. They don't really need him. And I like Ronaldo. I'm a big fan of Ronaldo's. I think he's the greatest goal scorer of this generation and past, in general or overall. He is. Points saved, goals a goal.
More than Messi?
I think Messi's the overall better player. I mean, he's when you just look at the raw number, like it's like Will Chamberlain or Bill Russell championship. Just look at the raw number, right? Yeah, goals fine, but Messi might surpass it. Who knows? But to this point, Portugal doesn't really need Ronaldo. So my thing is, how is that coach? Like, I could understand Scaloni's mentality with Messi. what is Portugal? Portugal doesn't even want. It almost feels like they don't want him on the team. They're just doing this so everybody can shut up. It's almost like similar to Neymar's situation, because otherwise he's going to go on a book tour during the World Cup and distract the team. So they had to throw him on the team. My question is, do they start him? Do they play him? And if they do advance, do you start him or do you bench him? Do you pull a Suarez?
Ronaldo against fucking Congo. I'm not doing that.
Now, Colombia, here's my thing with Colombia. I always say they're like the Yankees minus the rings, because their fan base will always celebrate the games they win that are irrelevant. But when they show up to the big games, they never win them because they don't win the games they're supposed to win. And that's what kills me, because they have a good team on them. They're just as good as Ecuador if they want to be, but they choose not to be. And this is what kills me about Colombia year after year, cup after cup. They make some great goals. They're like the what do you call it? The Odell Beckham goal from James 2 cups ago. It's like that catch, right?
That's
But
12 years ago.
Yeah, like that's it. Like, okay, Colombia, like on paper you look good. Who else is in that class? Uzbekistan and who else?
So we got
Congo, baby.
Yes.
Nah, Colombia, Portugal taking it. I want Colombia to go far. I generally want them to go farther than Argentina. I like their squad. I love their style lately, but they don't show up to the big games.
I enjoy watching their women fans root for them.
So do the cameramen on Univision. So do the cameramen.
Colombia.
You missed like 10 minutes
shit
of the
about
game,
any other
bro.
team in this division. I am rooting for Colombia
There's a match
to move as far forward as possible.
He's a passport, bro. I love it. I love it.
Portugal. I mean, you got Ronaldo. He's is he 39 now? I mean,
yeah. I mean,
time's catching up to
He's
him.
40 now, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure he's 40.
I was at his
41?
game.
41.
Yeah, he's 41. Yeah.
41.
Oh my God.
You see, I was at the game where they played Uruguay, and they crossed the ball over, and it actually went in, and he jumped up, and he's like, "Oh, I tapped it." And then on the big screen, they showed it. They zoomed in. Like, Qatar didn't play with their technology. They zoomed in on that, and it didn't even touch his hair. And the whole 80,000 people just laughing at him because you just see it on the jumbotrons. Like, it didn't touch you. You're not getting credit for this goal. But he's arguing like he's touched it, and I'm like, this is insane.
All right,
But-
Cristiano Ronaldo is Alex Rodriguez.
Oh
Look
my
at
God.
me. I want attention. Like, that is it. He's the Alex Rodriguez
Bro.
of soccer.
But he's so talented. He doesn't have to do this extra stuff,
Just Aaron.
But he's just, it's just weird. Like, this team could honestly win the whole thing without him. It's just like France winning it without Mbappe. They can. They don't need him. They have a bunch of 25-year-olds. They're good. You're just adding father time on there. And I want Ronaldo to do well, but I always say that the biggest debate about him and Messi is this. He married an Argentinian woman. Debate's over. He knew the bloodline could only win Argentinian. So
He's also always like shitting on the World Cup. He's like, oh, it's like whatever, everyone knows I'm
only
better.
7 games.
Yes, fucking leave. So don't. So
But 3 months earlier, he was like, "Oh, it means everything to me." It's it's very weird. Yeah, and again, I respect him on the field. He did amazing things. He's the last breed of a pure scorer there is, but that's all he was, and that's the reason. Messi can still deliver the ball. He can still hit you with the placement kicks. He can still do a lot. He could just distract your team in general without even touching the ball.
seeing Messi live, I've done it a few times now. It makes me like really upset because he always beats my team.
I just was blown away in the Mexico game because on TV it looks like everybody's like 30 feet away from each other, but the Mexicans were very aggressive in the first half, and I have photos and they're like on him and he's just going around them, and I'm just like, I'm not, as a defender, I don't understand how he's doing that. I just can't comprehend how fast he's moving with and without the ball.
He's so calm.
Yeah, it's the way, because the Mexicans were very physical that first half, and watch it, somehow. And I had this conversation with my friend. I paid $500 for those tickets, and we bought 30 seats from the back of the goal. And it was just like seeing how aggressive Mexico was in that first half. That's why it was 0-0. And I was like, wow, how is he doing that in such tight quarters? Because whenever he touched the ball, four came on him. And I'm like, I just can't, as a defender, I don't understand how he's doing it. Like, you just don't get it. It's hard to understand. Ronaldo's different. He's a straight line kind of guy. Getting the ball, he's like Holland. So on the ball, he's good. But Messi was a different breed. And I've seen Maradona play in World Cup 94 against Nigeria as a kid. He was another monster. But Messi's, he just makes it look too easy, which is disturbing.
He's just walking, man. He's just like walking like nothing's going
Walk,
on.
score, free kick, walk around, get some water.
It's
score,
a day
free
in the
kick.
park. It's a day in the park.
Yeah, I mean, they always say like in South America, like the reason midfielders are so good is because after practice they got to take the ball home and watch their back, so they always know their surroundings. I feel like Messi picked that up because yeah, because that's how it is in South America. You're poor until you make it, right? So it's like they think because you have a pair of cleats on the bag with a team on it, you got money, which you don't. So you got to always look behind you and around you. You always got to know which way to go. So that's why like South Americans have good midfielders and forwards because they know how to run. But he was just Messi something else. Ronaldo, he was fun to watch, but what killed me was he runs too many straight lines, so he's very predictable. And the defenses don't respect him as much anymore because he is older. Messi, you still have to respect because he could play way back in the midfield. He doesn't have to play up front. He just does it because it's fun. But Portugal's coming out, Colombia's coming out. Anybody else? Who cares? Uzbekistan? Like, what are we doing here?
I gotta see Congo to the round of 16. I gotta.
You got
their celebration will be awesome.
Ranked Colombia, 46th ranked Congo, Uzbekistan's 50th. The one thing about Congo I will say is that they have that statue fan.
Oh, yeah. Argentina's winning in the first half, by the way. I just got a text on.
I got a lot of his stickers in my book.
Got a lot of stickers.
I got a lot of Congo stickers.
Yeah, but that was an easy one. I feel to call is Portugal and Colombia. Colombia, I feel like they're just going to disappoint me some way, and then I have to go fly to Colombia to cheer myself up.
Yeah. So for this one, from Group K to, in my opinion, is the group of death. But I don't know. We'll see what you guys say about this. We got England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So the 4th, 11th, 74th, and 33rd world ranked teams.
Yeah, this is an ugly one. This is going to be a bloodbath in so many ways. I mean, you got England that's a bar brawler, Croatia that's a beach brawler, Ghana that's like a desert brawler, Panama that's like a forest. Like they're just going to fight. Like the referees for these games are going to have a run for their money. They deserve every check they get because the referees, they're going to have to control the game from the very beginning. Because like what I love about England is they're younger and they got 2 main stars on it, but they don't have a Rooney and they don't have a Beckham. And I said, yeah, Kane's their main guy. And the thing is, he's like their Wemby. Like he's tall, he can score, but he's not a super aggressive. He just happens to be in the right place because he plays in the German leagues now. He has good structure. So
they're slow, aren't they?
Yeah, but they have a lot of young talent with no ego, so they can do a lot of damage if they advance. But the rest of Croatia's Croatia, man. They've been up there. Yeah, they've been up there, man. I mean, don't forget they were like in the finals. What, 8 years ago? 12 years ago, whatever it was.
2018.
Yeah, so I mean, people forget almost that they were finalists on that one. But Ghana is just a tough team, and Panama could be. Panama I'll probably put last. I love Panama, but I think right now it's England, Croatia, and Ghana. Those are the 3. Croatia first, England second, probably Ghana third. It's just, will England show up? Will they show up?
A lot of question marks on the English roster. I don't know.
They're probably the second coming of Italy. Like they're falling off. They're falling off. When you look at their club rosters, most of them are international players that aren't from England. So it's like that's when you start seeing the problem because their infrastructure is depleted. Their talent pool is depleted.
I feel like they could have put better quality on the team. When you're looking up and down, like the fact that a guy like Phil Foden was left off the roster. Like Phil Foden can score. Like you need some secondary scoring. And I think that, having him on this squad would have benefited in the end. I understand, like, you want to have some defensive depth. I think they have Gahey. They have a bunch of guys on this team that were like, oh, they're good players, but I don't know if, they always talk about it's coming home. I don't know if this is the group that's going to bring it home.
It's just not coming home.
It's not coming home.
I think Croatia is going to give them a reality check, and that's going to be their problem right there. They'll advance, but I think when they play Croatia, that could be a 4-1 game, and England's going to be like, oh, man, like we have a long way to go. We're going to make it, but I'm kind of rooting for them because, again, I'm happy not to see these single-star ego guys. Like Beckham was a great player, but he didn't get you anywhere. You couldn't pass it Argentina barely back in those days. So, and Rooney got drunk young, like he let himself go at a very young age. So, I mean, the guy's not even 40 yet, or he just broke 40, and look at him. He stopped playing when he was, 33? That's crazy to think about. Second?
The road alone, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Croatia's coming out. No, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I
You
think
go.
no, yeah, I think England is, to me, they'll win the group, but they're too slow. And like you said, Kane is a tall guy. He's just he kind of looks awkward out there sometimes.
Yeah.
Croatia, yeah, I do think you could see a tie with England, or they could even beat England to give England a run for their money. Croatia knows how to win games. Their coach knows how to win games, and that's important in every stage, but importantly in the group stage. Panama, I think they're more of a baseball country. And Ghana, I think they're good, but they're not going to be good enough to get out of this group.
Yeah.
I think we're sleeping on Ghana a little bit. You definitely have some Premier League level talent on the roster. It's just about the rest of the guys that fill it out. So they're going to put some scares into people. I mean, they're definitely going to be third place. Croatia's taking this group.
Yeah.
I think that they're just going to, like you said, they're going to punch England in the mouth. And what we've seen from England is that they're just going to back down.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna back down at this, and they're still good enough to make it through. I mean, that squad is ridiculous. You have Premier League players at every position, but
They'll come up against like France,
right? It's just France laps them, Spain laps them, Brazil laps them. Like they're good, but we see the Brazilian players playing against them in the Premier League. The Brazilian players are better than these guys, and the guys that they left on the cutting room floor, I think it's just going to end up biting them in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So give me Croatia, give me England, Ghana third, Panama fourth.
Yeah.
Panama's going to be fun to watch.
Panama's fast. Like they definitely are gonna.
They'll rough everyone up. Yeah.
They're gonna have some fun. They're absolutely gonna have fun. So we're out of the group stage. Time to pick your winner.
Ooh.
So let's go. Who you got taking the whole thing? One country. Let's go.
Oh boy. I'm gonna stick to my guns and just say Argentina. I just can't. And Zinzi will attest to this. I was a Messi hater since like 2008 because I always said he had the style was off. And then leading up to this one, I was like, no, he got it this time around. But I'm just gonna stick to my guns and be loyal to my fan base, Argentina. I know it's not realistic. I think with the talents in this tournament, but I'm just gonna stick to my guns and stay with them.
Yeah, for me, I'm taking Spain. I just think it's the speed. They've got young guys. I think Lamal is probably the best player, the second best player.
He's a good guy to watch. He's fun to watch.
Their midfield will hold the ball, and then they'll get it to the corners, and they'll just take advantage of teams. They're the reigning Euro champion, so most of these guys have wet their beak already. They know how to win. They know what winning's about, and I think they keep this train rolling. I got Spain.
I'm taking France. I was thinking Spain, and the only thing that's pushing France over for me is they have guys who are hungry. They have guys like Olise, he's been a little under the radar. He's had a fantastic season. I don't know his exact numbers. It's like 30-something assists. It's crazy. It's like 30 assists for like 34 games. It's like 20-something goals. It's pretty good. And then you have a few of the guys they called up what? Rabiot, right? He's pretty old. They have a few guys who have like experience. I think that experience is going to be pretty good. And I think that's where Spain might fall just a little bit, is like some of these younger guys might not have as much experience at that really high level. I think France has it.
This is tough. You have a lot of quality, but I think that it's time for some new blood. And I think that Portugal actually has a legit chance here. Like beyond Cristiano Ronaldo. Like you have Gonzalo Ramos, you have Joao Felix, you have Pedro Neto. You have players up front where you don't need Cristiano Ronaldo. You have Bruno Fernandes, who led the Prems in assists.
You have Coutinho swinging balls
in. So you have really talented players. Then you have a guy like Jose Sa in goal. So you have depth and you have a squad from top to bottom that can go with anybody. And if Ronaldo, if they keep his legs fresh and they just have him come in just to score and poach some goals, that could be the difference right there. That could be the way to use Cristiano Ronaldo to get him his cup and kind of and really reignite the conversation with Messi on a level playing field. That's the one thing that Messi has that Cristiano Ronaldo does not.
Yep.
Like, forget the Ballon d'Or, forget, goals, forget he's got the ultimate prize. He's got the World Cup. But if Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal win one, now we need to start having that conversation again.
Yep. Yeah. It's funny nobody said Germany or Cape Verde. That's crazy.
Netherlands would be my dark horse.
Don't forget about Congo.
Yeah, Congo.
Netherlands and Japan.
We need to find a stadium where they're playing, and it's gonna be and just go. It's probably like in the back of an IKEA somewhere, but like a Walmart Supercenter parking lot. It's where they're training right now.
Against 6.
They're in aisle 24A on the AstroTurf at a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Like
So on the putting green, just kicking the ball around. But
I mean, Netherlands and Japan could definitely make a run. They could be some sleeper teams for sure. But
and man, I'm such a fan of them right now. But I'm definitely a fan of
nice
Japan.
too. You see them all like cleaning up after the games. They're all like,
Yeah, because I'm due to go out there. I want to actually go to Japan, but I mean, it's fun watching these games. It's just I hope Colombia doesn't let me down. I just hope, and Ecuador, because they work so hard, Ecuador, to get there and to be like top ranked in South America, to like not make an impact, not upset a few teams. I would love to see that. I love a good upset.
Well, speaking of upset, we're making a lot of people upset. None of us picked the U.S. So there we go. There's that.
You'll never hear me pick USA in soccer or football, however you want to call it. You'll never hear me. And I'm not.
we'll watch a game.
I'm against their system. That's what it is. Their system. And back in the day when they were actually good or decent or relevant, they didn't have a system. So that was great. But now they try to build one. But their system's built more for money and sponsorships, not built to build these kids up or kids that have no opportunity to be built up. But if those same kids go anywhere else in South America, Central America, they have an opportunity. That's where they shine. And but yeah, USA. I think they're gonna they need to take it more seriously. They need to take MLS more seriously. That's what they got to start doing.
100%. I mean, MLS is good product, but when you look at it, it's not. They're shunning those MLS players for the most part.
It's a competitive league. I'm not saying
it is. No, it is. It's but they're just not giving it the sub levels of it to build up the kids, the young kids, the youth. Because you got to build these kids up 10 years, 12 years out. Because I mean, before France won in 98. I mean, France was irrelevant. They were like just an easy win for you. And then all of a sudden, Zidane and all these guys, Henry came out of not out of nowhere, but they were built up in the system, and they started to dominate. Now they found a way to keep it consistent and even better than before. Spain was good for a while, but when they started having Iniesta and all them, again, it's just timing of stars. Portugal always had Raul. I mean, he was fun to watch, but they never had a Ronaldo to be consistent. Now they have a Ronaldo, but they don't have a Raul or a Figo. It was just one or the other. Now they have a little bit of everything. It just happens Father Time is not on Ronaldo's side. And the one thing that would kill me is if Portugal wins this and Ronaldo was no impact to that. Because now you look at the debate and say, well, Messi was a big influence in his. Ronaldo played the bench for most of his. I hope they don't treat him that way, like the way they treated Suarez in his last game. Against Portugal, he didn't even play. He didn't even start. They put him in like the 88th minute. Like, I hope they don't treat him like that. He doesn't deserve that, Ronaldo. Like, I'm not a Ronaldo hater at all. They just don't need to treat him that way.
No, I mean he has proven himself to be one of the best football players in the world. One of the best soccer players of all time. But there's only one thing we can do now. We've made our picks. Now's the time. We're gonna watch it unfold just like everybody else. CEO of Fuck Clout, Gil Godoy. Inner Who's Been Being. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for joining us. And if you want to be a member of the In Route, hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at Fade Route Podcast. Drop us a line on X at Fade Route DNZ. And you can be a part of our roundtable. So, what do you got going on, Gil? Plug away. What you got?
This weekend, FXBG Iron, one of the largest gyms in Central Virginia, is having a 1-year anniversary. And I have a pop-up shop there. So if anybody's in the Virginia area, you're going to see custom designs that I do for the gym and for myself. So I have my own first retail space, which is going to be great. It's 12 to 6. There'll be DJ, food, barbers, everything. We'll have all types of local events and networking. So it's in the fitness sector. So it's going to be great.
Solid, solid. And what can we expect from Interview next year, Mr. Bean?
I don't think I have a partner anymore, so we'll find out.
Oh, that's so.
You got prom tomorrow.
You got prom tomorrow, senior prom tomorrow. There we go.
Let's go.
But if you want to be a partner on Interwho, hit him up. You know where to find him. OHS, let's go. He's looking for a partner. He's looking to keep this thing
Room
going.
203, hit me up.
Room 203. There it is. Nice.
Very good. That was fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't had a podcast for like a year now. Shit sucks.